All right, I'm just going to jelly print some prints to kind of replace some colors I don't have that I need for projects. I'm going to brayer on some ugly scrapbook paper over here. So that's what this is for over on this side. I'll let everybody kind of come in. I know I need yellow. I kind of want a turquoise and yellow. So I think I'm going to start with a turquoise, like a light turquoise. Base. And let's put a little PBO in there. Pull those. Oh, I should have used that turquoise. All right, so I'll use the blue-green Dinah in there. Hi, Kat. Hi, Vicky. All right. And I have my big plate out, so I'll use, but I want to focus on small print stencils. Mostly today. All right, so I'm going to do crusty bits to start with. And I'm going to start with a stencil that has a lot of open spaces. We'll use one of Jones and one of mine from the silhouette. And let's pick this up on just a piece of paper from the Atlas. Big. Put some over here on this too. Right now I just want to remove this top layer. And I use all this brayer paper. Hi, Dot. Happy birthday again, Dr. Dot. Okay. Ooh, I like that. With that text showing through. And I like that kind of print. I'm going to leave that one just kind of as is. I'm going to see if I can get some more of this off with this matte paper. The more I can get off, then the more the yellow is going to show. I'm just probably going to do 2 layers. I'm just cleaning up some of the areas through the stencil where I want that yellow to come through. Okay. That is pretty good. So we're going to pull that off and let that dry. While we pick out some stencils. I'll see if I get any paint off those stencils. The sprayer paper. Oh, a little. So this is a pretty good base of getting some turquoise down, and then I'll add something on top of that. So I'll set that to the side. So we'll let this dry, and we need smaller print stencils that are going to show up. Might use that. I'm thinking this will be good. It's various size circles. But I think I'll use the tree one over here. All right, so we need that to dry, and then I'm going to use an Indian yellow and a Hansa yellow medium. Hi, Lori. Hi, Nick and Tina. Melody, Button. Okay, like I said, this needs to dry. I should have that fan, but I don't know what we did with it.
When you did one, you changed the bra on the floor, right?
Thank you, honey. I'm live, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry. Shoot.
Tay-Tay's dragging laundry. I left the bathroom door. It's my fault. I know better. Hi, Jessie. All right, so I have yellow on my t-shirt. All right. So let's roll that out. I think I'm going to put a little quinacridone gold in there to kind of warm it up in places. All right, roll that brayer out. Let's put this. Well, I know I want the tree over here, so we'll start with the tree over here. We'll put this here. Put that there. And then we'll throw this one in that little area right there. All right. And I'm going to start by taking off with just this paper here. We'll add that yellow with that turquoise. I'm going to brayer. Because again, I want to get as much of that first layer of yellow off as I can through those stencils. And then we're going to do a cleanup for the last crusty bit. Well, apparently Bob's team made a touchdown. Okay, I may have lifted too much of that off. Let's pull that off. Set those to the side. I may have got too much of the turquoise off over here in places. And I'm going to call this one done because I like that yellow and lime green. I'm going to put it in the done. This needs to dry, and I'm going to use like a buttermilk. Bob likes anybody playing, right? I don't even know who he's watching right now. I don't keep up with any of it. He watches it all. He's a Cowboys fan because we live here, and he hates Nebraska because of my dad. We're probably Aggie fans more than we are. He's TCU, of course. He just likes to watch it all. All right. This is maybe clogged. Let me clean this real quick. I haven't used this one in a while, so. Hi, Kathy. There we go. All right, for the last layer, crusty bits, you don't want a lot of paint. I hopefully don't have too much. It's hard when I start. You want to really see your work below, or you'll end up just getting cream colored paint. There's a hair in there. I think this is going to end up being kind of lime, yellow, and turquoise. All right, so we're going to also, for cleanup prints, I do tend to use, it's going to be mostly opaque, so I've been using this big map paper. We'll just keep using it. And we'll use this ugly scrapbook paper for this edge. And you want to give it a good rub so you can really get all those layers. Like that did not get all that. I'm just working on this edge right here. I may have lost my turquoise. It may just really come out green, which is fine if I don't have a lot of pattern, because it could be a good base. It's not bad. even got that copper that was on the plate. I lost some of my turquoise, and if you look up close, you can see some of the pattern, but it's pretty muted. I'll let that dry, and let's see if we can get some of these bits. I think I'm just going to do I need yellow. So I think I'm just going to do a yellow on white with one stencil. Yeah, that was already on the plate. Yellow is such a translucent color. It's kind of hard. All right, and I'm going to do the tree, but I'm going to probably pull several times. I like the tree still because it looks like coral. And I'm just going to pull this on white paper. And then we'll add another layer and twist the stencil a different way. Let me see if I have any of that golden open left. I think I may. If I do, we'll use some of that on one. Yeah, that's kind of what I need. Let's see if we can get this on it too. If not, we'll pick it up with white or do another layer. It picked up a little of that green. That's pretty. All right, but there's still yellow there. So I'm going to go with the brighter yellow and a little of this. Look and see if I have the golden open. I have it in the pink. They're little, so they like to disappear. And I have it in the yeah, I've used all the yellow of it, but we'll do I'll show it in the other color. Creases are really showing up in this. There must have been hair underneath the plastic. Okay, and we'll turn that this way this time. I'm just going to add it to this to start with. And then we'll do a cleanup with the white, and I should get some good yellow. I collage with all mine. Okay, let's let that dry. And I'm gonna put white on it. I don't want the cream, I want the white. But I want that to dry a little bit. And then I'm gonna pick that up. And that'll be the perfect yellow between this and this for my project tomorrow. That'll give me some options of yellow. And then we'll move on to another color. Yeah, And then my hair is long. I won't have much print on this outside part. The print's mostly in that middle. I'm going to use white paper for this middle part because that's where I really want it. And we'll add some of the rest of that in here. Kind of take and tone that down in areas so we can add more to it. So that just knocked that down a bit, and then we'll add more on top of it. Maybe some metallic turquoise on top of that. Okay, I cleaned the plate, but there's not much print on it. So let's add, I'm just going to add white, opaque white with the stencil. Because I want a buttery yellow. Just want a layer of white through the stencil. There's a piece of that hair. It's on the brayer is the problem, I think. There it is. Okay. And I cut and tear these up, so I'm not looking for a perfect print. If it's got wrinkles in it, I don't care. This is copyright paper. Yeah, that took that down. It just gave it some, but that I was looking for like a yellow pattern. So that's between those two, that'll do for my project. Let's take some of this turquoise that's metallic in the blue green and the green blue. These are PBOs. And let's find a stencil we want to use. Okay, let's put this one on this end. This one down here. Put this one up here. We'll take this big paper here and we'll add a pop of turquoise. With that, but that's my bee paper. That's pretty because it's metallic. So that gives me my turquoise and my yellow in 2 prints to go with the yellow. Let's take those all off and let them dry. There's just a fine layer of a print on there. And let's pick that up or add something to it. Let's go ahead. So we could do the golden open. Let's go with the deep red. And this is the best brand of this red. It's Cambion Red Deep. All right, and I don't use real thick layers of paint always. Okay. Flipping this over. I'm just going to add this to this brick paper. I'm just trying to pull some of the red off. And we're adding some more to this ugly paper. Let's come down here. Ooh, look at that. Look what we got off the stencil. All that copper came off this stencil. It took it straight down all those layers of paint, which is why you don't clean your stencils, in my opinion. This is starting to look pretty good, considering it was ugly. Oh, thank you, honey. Was that my Amazon? Thanks. All right, let's pick this up with cream. Clean piece of map paper. We'll put that down. We'll use this to get the edges. Yeah, crusty bits are the best. Okay. And you want to give that time because that wet paint is got to dry to the crusty bits. Ooh, so we're getting some good layers on this brayer paper. I've got this right here where that's where that copper is. So I want to really make sure it may not pick up all of that copper. It picked up some and it left some. That's okay. We'll get that. See it? Right there. Now what I'm going to do, while I can, is I'm going to take a wet gel medium and add it. Just, I want to secure that because it's trying to come up. This is matte. It'll dry. But I don't want to leave that in there. So that way that's preserved. It won't come off. But you can see the white. You can see some of the turquoise. You can see some of the red. I need to do more red. That's my color I'm going to work on this at this stage right now. I need some red. So let's add copper to here. And let's add a little quinacridone gold in there with it. Okay, and then I'm going to add it on top of this. If I can get my stencils unhooked. All right, let's add that one. I want big, and we'll just do this one. All right, do that. We'll use this paper again. So one thing about the large jelly plate, hi Arlene, is that to get enough paper, to get your paper to fit it. I mean, you can use multiple pieces of notebook paper, copy paper. I'm just putting some copper on this. Ooh, that's looking good. Okay. Yeah. Now that is done. Needs. I don't know if I can get, trying to get some. There's still some areas that didn't get picked up that I'm going to try to get down here where there's no paint. And I'm sorry, I might be hitting the camera. Okay. That's probably not going to pick up anymore. So we'll pull that off. Pull that off. We still have that little bit right in there. I'm going to call this one done. I'm going to put some red on there. On this bit. And then I'm also going to put some turquoise in some places. So I'm going to use my little brayer to put some areas that are red. And then I'm going to add some turquoise in some areas. I think I'll add the PBO turquoise. In some of the other areas. Okay. And I'm going to just kind of use the same stencils and not real hard, just kind of lightly pick up. Some of that. All right, take that off. Take that off. It's a little heavy right in here. Okay, I am just about ready to call that paper done. And put it in the done pile. Kind of reminds me of graffiti. Okay, let's add cream to this. And we'll pull up the cleanup. Keep working on this new brayer paper. Okay, and this is just a piece of big map cut. You know how you get maps for your car and you don't need them anymore. And a cleanup print's going to pretty much cover most of the paper that you put on it. So if it's the right weight, music paper works good. I like the music paper to actually show through. But map paper is a good weight to collage with. Okay, this will probably give us enough red stuff other than maybe a straight up red on white paper. Pretty, pretty, pretty. And again, I won't use this in its entirety. I'll use pieces of it. Like this, where the red and the turquoise actually got mixed, is really good. It didn't mix as well down here, but it's still pretty. I've got some grids going on there. All right, so I'm going to call that one done. And let's do just a little bit in the middle red and a stencil, and we'll call it. All my reds are done. We'll do red and white. That's and I'm gonna just use this stencil from Joan and a piece of white paper. And that's a pretty red. It's still got some pops of copper in there. So that works really well. And then we'll pick this up. Not a lot there. We'll pick that up with let's pick it up with I'm leaning towards a black blue PBO. Might be interesting. With a little burnt umber. Let's try it. We have nothing to lose. I'm going to put a little burnt umber there. Okay, I'm gonna go with this stencil and white paper. Actually, I'm gonna go with the brayer paper to start with. Yeah, I like that on there. And hopefully we're going to let that dry and pick that up with some white. I like this on there a lot. Add some stuff around here, but this I'll keep as it is. Okay, I'm going to go with the white. And I'm just using the middle, the size that I need for a piece of regular paper. And see how I can kind of see that red through? That actually tells me that I've got enough paint off. So let's put some of this white on these sides. And I don't care that there's a wrinkle in there. That's an interesting neutral. Okay. Let's add some more blue black to this. And another print. And I'm going to add a little copper in there with it. But a real mottled blend. Okay, let's try. I need I'll put this other. These sides are kind of what I'm interested in to a large degree. These areas that don't have any paint. Okay, that's pretty clean. All right, I'm going to call that done. Can you see the metallic on it? That's what makes it special, is that PBO. Yeah, I do napkins typically. I haven't today. I probably should do some. There are some colors I need some. I will in just a minute. Let's do a cleanup on this. Moving my prints that are done to one side. Okay. Let's use white. You could almost use a black maybe, but and I'm going to use some ugly scrapbook paper. I love those metallics. I will say I need to buy more of these. This Reeves acrylic set, there's a set of 4. I love the copper in it. The silver was good. The brass was fine. And the gold was okay. I'm not a big, I use copper more than I use any other metallic in that sense. And this is really good with black or purple. The Dynas are not very opaque. Oh, that paper stuck to the, let me go the other way and see if I can. That's not too bad. I tore the paper right here. It's really pretty. I'm going to do my same little, I'm going to take my gel medium and repair that damage real quick and just glue it down. And I like that the pink is showing through on this. I don't do a lot of pastel, so to have it in my drawer is good. You can see the pattern in there. And you can see a little bit of the scrapbook paper back in that background still, which I don't mind. It's scrapbook paper I wouldn't use other than that. So that's one tip I have, is use scrapbook paper that you don't like. You know, you get paper in a pad and you don't care for that paper. I'm trying to get this paper off here. All right. I don't know what that is. That's pretty good. Now let's switch gears. I'll show you the golden open. I'm going to use the phthalo blue. Hopefully this paint's still good. It is. It just needed to be wiped off. Okay. This paint goes the longest on the jelly plate. It is kind of gotten old. It rolls out real transparent. It's sticking to those crusty bits for sure. Okay, so let's just play with circles. Okay. These are just rings and circles I cut out. Let's get white paper. And I'll just take the sprayer paper. Okay, so there's the first layer. Now let's take these off. My paint is old, so This does much better when the paint's not old, I'm sure. Here's the second layer. Okay, so then let's put a layer, it's crusty bits on there, of magenta. If I can get it open. Use it or lose it, people. I should have used these up because they obviously have a shelf life. Okay, the magenta is better than the blue. Okay. All right. Add that on here if we want something really dark. Yeah, and it comes in other colors, but it is not cheap. But it is, you can get really pretty translucent layers. Built up. I mean, I did the same color on top of the same color 3 or 4 times, and I would work 2 pages usually is how I do it. Because this is the payoff. Sorry, it's not. Give it something to focus on. You can just see those shadows. I mean, and I could probably put white paint on here. Let's try it. These are kind of sticky because the paint's gotten old. There's lots, see that blue in there? That's coming off the brayer. Let's see what we get on this. So you do have to clean your, like maybe with a baby wipe, just bright, you know. My problem is I have these under here, which I shouldn't, because my brayer is not making contact with the table. You probably can't see any of the rings, but it is a pretty translucent layer. Let's do the white and get some of that pink off that brayer. I'm almost out of white in this bottle. And we'll cover this piece of paper with some white and some blue and just a base. If Jones die cuts would work like that. Yeah, they would. If you die cut them in plastic, they would work just fine. Any of your die cuts, if you did them, that's a pretty paper, actually. It just needs now something on top of it, doesn't it? It's got a pretty ombre. Let's put a pop of a metallic. Let me think a minute. Let's put the blue black PBO. And let's put some of the turquoise. And then we'll go with this green blue, which is a little darker. Okay, let's roll that out. I'm gonna pick this up. We need a stencil. Well, for some reason, I'm liking that stencil today. I'll put the pink side down where that purpley blue is. Your favorite colors? See, I'm not a pastel person, which is why I'm spraying on pink paper to make it go away. Could be why I'm always trying to find those colors in my drawer. Oh, that turned out pretty though, guys. Pull that off. I'm cleaning up a few areas that just have a little too much paint. Okay, let's pull that off. That's pretty. Let's call that done. Hi, Norma. Let's just get crazy and try a black. But before we do that, should we put a little pop of copper in there, here and there, where some of these big holes are? Okay, let me get my little brayer. Let's just put some copper where these big holes are. We'll just use a different use some of this and some of this. And I'm just going to take some of this scrapbook paper. I don't want to take too much off. I'm just going to take a little bit, but not. Okay, and then just lightly kiss that. Okay. All right, so let's let that dry and let's put black on that and do a cleanup. See if we can get a patina print. And I'm just going to take this paper we've been brayering on. Let's make some good contact with that. It's pretty, but you probably can't see. There's a pattern there. It might need the metallics there. So I'm going to set it to the side and think about it. All right. I'm done with red. Let me put away some of the colors I'm done with. Yellow. We've done the yellow. We'll look at what we've done. I think I need some. That's the open acrylics, the Goldens. That's an ombre, a pastel ombre with the PBO. This is copper and the blue black on pink. This is the blue black with some copper with some red and a white cleanup. This is just the red and white. I think I need a small red and white print, to be honest. I put the red up, but I think I actually need. This was just turquoise on a map paper that I just liked the stuff showing through. This was brayer paper, and it has copper and the blue black on top of a brick. This is red, copper, and turquoise cleanup. This is brayer paper with yellow, reds, some turquoise, and some copper. I think that's one of my favorites. This is red and turquoise cleanup with copper on top. This is yellow with white. Another yellow. yellow with turquoise. Yellow with turquoise. So let's find, I want to find some different stencils and do some red with white because I need some red, just red and white paper that's got smaller print. Okay. So I'm going to use the chevron. That's always a good one. Ooh, I'm going to use these stars. Here's a brocade. And here's a kind of a Moroccan feel. And I'm going to use the white side of this paper. So other than it's pretty good cleanup of those. So I'm going to leave that. That's just for these little pieces where I need a print in red. Just straight up red and white. And all that dry. And I'll pick it up with white. I think I'll need one more ugly piece of scrapbook paper. May not be enough white. And this will go on the pink side a little bit, probably. Okay, let's get. I'll just use the white side of this paper. Yeah, I mean, it's nice to visit, but you're always glad when you're home in your own bed, in your own routine. That came out good. There's some pieces in there I definitely will use for the pattern, especially with that other piece of red. All right, should we do some green? For our green girls, this is a pine green. And we'll do that. Do the chevron again. That's a good one. Let's find a white napkin. Back. This one has stuff on it, but I don't really care. It's even torn. But I just use pieces of them. I don't use them in their entirety. See, that's the perfect green napkin. Take that off. And I don't know how this will turn out, but we're going to pick it up with this green gold. Which is lighter. I'm hoping I'll get a green on green. Like the dark green on top of the light green is what I'm hoping to get. Okay. That was a big piece of tay-tay fur from somewhere. This isn't really ugly, but it's handy. I couldn't reach to get, it would have been a crap-a-lanch to get to the ugly stuff. Oh, yeah. That is good. These edges aren't going to come up right now. So I'm going to give them a little spray with water. And we'll try to get them on this. And I'll just let it sit there for a minute. No, it's not gonna. Nope, I'm not picking up any of it. Let's add a little paint. This one right here is probably worth getting to clean up. And I'm going to put it right on the edge of this white red piece. If I can get it to pick it up, there'll be some cream and some green with that red on the end. Yep, that is pretty. It picked up a lot of that. Let's do the same thing right here with this corner and get those edges some water so it's wet. Let that sit and kind of dry on there for a minute. Yeah, got a little of that off. Yeah, it's hard off these edges. I got some green right there. Getting a little more off the edges. That little piece that's cream right there. Yeah, it's picking up some. It's kind of Christmassy, but like I said, a lot of it will end up getting cut up. Well, I think that's kind of it, unless we do some more. We get some napkins and I'll do some napkins. Those have a shadow to them. Here we go. Let's do we'll do a pink. Because that's a color I'm always looking for. That. The chevron's always good. The brocade is good. All right. This is a double layer. Still stuck. I'll use both parts, but they're still stuck together. In fact, then that can be collaged with. Put this down on this end. Pick all those stencils up. That, let's put some gold down if I can find it. Here's bronze. We'll use that. Hi, Galena. That's probably way too much, but let's see. Okay, we need we'll use that again. This might be interesting. The tree stencils. Put the chevron up there again. All right, I'm going to go to this one that's got the pink on it. And put the gold on top of that pink. That one's pretty with the pink and the gold bronze color on it. That probably can use some more. All right, and then let's do a cleanup print with that. Pink and gold. Thinking of purple. I'm trying to think what it'll show up against. Actually, let's try this. No, let's try the lavender. I don't know if it'll show up against the lavender or not. We have nothing to lose. I think I'm going to throw a little pop of turquoise in there. And I'm going to use the other side of this paper. Okay, a little too much paint, but it is kind of pretty. It's kind of ombre. Let's put a purple on top of it, like a dark purple. Let me get the dioxine purple. And then we'll probably get a good cleanup too from that. All right, so we're going to put a pop of purple. Use that. I'm going to use these circles. That. And I just put some. I don't think we're going to make it all the way down there anyways. Oh, yeah. That is what that needed. That's Gallina's kind of paper. It's got the purple and the bronze with the turquoise. There's still some areas that need to be cleaned up. Let's use that paper napkin. And we'll get some more of that off. And it'll look good. And we'll do a cleanup. And then I think I'm done. Okay, that napkin's good. Take that off. Back in the baggie. Excuse me. Okay, those napkins away. I'm just throwing some of the paint back where it goes that we're done with. I think Bob is trying to cook me. Try to use up the rest of that white. We should get paper. Ooh. That's a really ugly piece. A lot of this is scrapbook paper I didn't buy. That was gifted to me. Michael sent, about 2 years ago, Michael sent, it's actually been 3 years now, a truckload of overstock stuff to our school. And it was like even more than the art teacher could ever handle or store. This is good. Picked up some of that bronze still there. Let's try to see if we can't get some of this on the end of this paper. Right here where it didn't get used. Anyways. That's better. I think we could probably still get bits of it. Sometimes you can, sometimes you can't. That's better on the end than it was just plain. Alrighty. I think that is it for me today. I'm all ready for tomorrow now with what I needed, I think, for collage bits. Don't leave you. I need to go eat, Judy. Need to trick or head someone else into streaming. I wished I had gotten the 12 by 12 plate, but they didn't have it when I got this one. They came out with it a little bit later. This is a gel press, and I got such a good deal on it, I went ahead and got it. It was stolen off our porch, and the person didn't know what it was and tossed it in a yard after they opened it. So like a kid stole it. It was at Christmas time. And the neighbor was very gracious and brought it to us. not happy because that was a major part of my Christmas that year. So we have some napkins. I didn't do a lot of napkins. This may be one of the best papers, I think. And there's another purple based. And this was some reds and some greens. More greens. Just red and white. Kind of a green and turquoise. Green and turquoise. Yellows. Red and copper and turquoise. Another really good one is a brayer paper. It's got red and copper and turquoise. You can still sort of see the background. This one's got copper and red and turquoise. Copper, blue, black, the background. Matte paper with copper. Another just red and white print. Burnt umber, red, blue, black, some copper. Clean up print with the blue, black, and the copper and some umber. The open acrylics in the blue and the pink. And an ombre with pastels and turquoise on top of it. That's quite a bit. I got what I needed, which was the yellow and the red and some pinks. Yeah, I won't use all of them tomorrow. There's a few of them. Like I'm going to use that. It's more the pure red, yellow, and the green that I'm probably going to use. I might use that there. I'm not sure what direction we're going to take. I have 3 projects for tomorrow. 2 are the same. One's a real fast one. It's all from the same book. All right. So I am going to let y'all go. Don't know if anybody else is going to stream today or not. Tweet if you do. Looking forward to tomorrow. I know a bunch of us that stream probably are gearing up for tomorrow. So the streaming starts tomorrow at 6:45 a.m. at Mary Altea's. Jean or somebody, if y'all want to, I think somebody probably did post the stream. We posted the link on Patty's chat. Shauna posted it. It was on Joyce's chat yesterday. So I think that, but it does start at 6:45 a.m. Eastern time at Mary's house. And then it's Dee Dee's house at 8:45. I am at 2:45 and Shauna is after me. Oh, she's going to come back tonight? Good. There we go. That'll be fun. She's going to finish putting her planner together. I missed the end. We went to Walmart. So, all right, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to go eat something. I'll talk to y'all later.